So today's episode, I fear, is going to be over quite quickly. It's going to be an exercise in simplicity and adaptation. You see, my friend Federica, she gave me this. This is a cotechino. It's traditionally served with lentils, but it's a sausage basically wrapped in a space blanket. But she gave it to me quite a while ago and I kind of forgot about it for a while. And now, I'm just a bit afraid to open it. I'm not sure how long this thing is meant to last in this little blanket it's got. It's all shrink wrapped and everything. So if someone could please tell me in the comments how long it's actually meant to last, that would be fantastic. But for today, this will serve as influence, but not serve as eating. We're going down another path on this one. You see, traditionally, with an episode of We'll See How We Go, I'll base the whole dish around what I can do with a piece of meat. But this time it's a little bit different. You see, I've been given this stuff here, Bolsajo black garlic. Now, this is just a sample, but that garlic has been aged, and it's just garlic, no additives. Now the crazy thing about it is that it's got the garlicky flavour, a deep garlicky flavour with it, but it's also sweet with notes of balsamic vinegar. Now that's strange, and that's something I need to try. So along with a bit of lentils, I'm going to find a substitute for the cotechino, and I'm going to try and do this with some form of meat, lentils, and then just work something out, work out some flavors. I'm gonna head up to my mate Enos down at my local grocery shop and we'll see how we go. This here's my man Enos. He's looking after the shop today. Pound it out, homie. Boom! Alright, so I've finished my shopping and my man here. Ring that through, brother! And that was my street, which in general is far too trendy for me. Okay, so, been to see my man Enos down the road. It's literally like the shortest walk you've ever been on, but this is what I've managed to acquire, minus these two things. But that road's fantastic. So we've got beluga lentils. I'm gonna saute those, get them nice and soft and tender, and then gonna push it into the other direction, make them crispy. They're going to caramelize then with some lemon and that beautiful black garlic. And those two flavors, along with a good hit of salt, are going to permeate through and give us a really, really punchy beluga lentil. All about the pulses today. Today we've also got cannellini beans. Love these. So those are going to get drained and pureed, and they're just going to chill out for a little bit with some thyme. And that thyme's going to permeate through, so we're going to end up with a beautiful sort of floral but also buttery sauce that's going to sit underneath the black lentils and just give everything a nice texture, as well as a very, very subtle but creamy flavour underneath. Then we've also got the meat. The meat I picked up is way smaller than my poor cotechino, but it hopefully will be an adequate replacement. So this is salami toscano. I'm going to slice that up. I'm going to give it a beautiful fry, get the edges nice and crispy. And then we're going to get on with the basically what I would consider to be garnishing and seasoning. We've got parsley, and the parsley is going to give us a beautiful freshness. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I love parsley. And it's relatively neutral flavour, and it works out with a lot of things. And then we're going to have the pistachio kernels, and the pistachio kernels are going to be like ground up, not too fine, maybe like a coarse grind with some salt and pepper. And those are going to give us a little hint of nuttiness to go work its way through every bite of our dish. Alright, so as you can see, that garlic is like sticky and soft and balsamic-y, but I'd also add, mind you, a little bit molassesy. So that, I think, is pungent enough that I'm going to stick it in right at the start of the cooking process. So that's going to go in with a little bit of oil, and then the beluga lentils are going to go follow in slightly afterwards. They're both going to get toasted a little bit, and then I'm going to add in maybe a bit of vegetable stock. Yeah, veggie stock. I think that might work. This is coming together nicely. Alright, so I've got a frying pan on a medium heat. First, I'm going to put in the olive oil. Just a generous lug of olive oil to get things going. Follow that up with this lovely black garlic. And that black garlic is going to start sauteing. It's going to start releasing its flavor. And then finally, beluga lentils. These are going to go in as well. We're going to give everything a nice toasting. Toss it around in that lovely olive oil, and then slowly those are going to start to infuse. And then at that point, when they start to get nice and toasty, add a bit of water. The smell coming from that garlic is absolutely filling the kitchen, and it is incredible. Definitely a distinct molasses / balsamic smell. I think it's going to be pretty damn intense, and I am going to enjoy it. So intense, in fact, that I'm not going to use stock. I'm just going to use straight up water. There's going to be enough flavor in this that stock is not even going to enter my mind. So the beluga lentils are starting to smell a little bit nutty. That's starting to come through now. So we're going to get ready. Pour a bit of water into that. Get them nice and soft and tender before they start their trip to crispy land. I've got my cannellini beans here. They're in my immersion blender jug thing, along with some olive oil. And I'm going to have a little bit of salt in there too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend these up. I'm going to put them in a saucepan with a little bit of water and then cook it down a little bit. Then add the thyme, and then right at the end I'm going to grate in some of that courgette that I said I wasn't going to use. And I hope that that's going to give it a nice freshness, because I don't want to go tangy. If I go tangy, it's going to be sort of contradicting what I'm doing with the lentils. So that should all come through together in a nice sauce, and then I'll blend it once more once the courgette's in, and then give it a nice little green tinge. Yeah, freshness, tinginess, deliciousness. Let's get on with it. Coming out the other end of the beluga lentil cookery. They're starting to crackle, starting to pop a little bit. So just going to push it and push it and push it until we get them nice and crispy. And then I'll add some lemon, toast the pistachios, and I think we'll be ready. So here it is. I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown. I've got the pistachios with their salt, pepper and their toasty nuttiness working their way through the middle. Then I've got the slightly sour, slightly sweet, slightly sticky and very meaty as far as lentils go, beluga lentils sitting there. And then around that we've got that sauce. And that sauce has got a slightly salty, courgette and buttery creamy taste to it, and that's going to disperse through all the other ingredients and give it a nice balancing effect. It's almost like going to blend all our flavors together, give us a bit of depth. So then finally we've got the salami sitting on top, and that just gives us that overall punch of meat, unmistakable flavor and just enough texture, and that's crunch from the frying process, to to give me a little bit, another level of variety in terms of our textural components here. So I suspect once I take a cross section of all this, it will be roughly where I think it should be. So we'll give it a go. Parsley, it presents itself first. That's quickly followed by the salami flavor, and then you get the sourness from the lentils that have come through with that lemon. Then a little tailing off of sweet, and then finally that sauce, that creamy sauce, coats your mouth, along with the nuttiness of the pistachios. And then once all those flavors are through, it all comes back around and forms one fairly level flavor. And the flavor of that black garlic is pronounced. It sort of works its way through those lentils and then beyond when you combine it with other things. I would say that it's light, it's lean. It's probably not a main meal, but it is definitely an entree. This is something that I'd be happy with this in a restaurant as an entree. It's just delicate and light enough to be a lovely light summer dish or summer brunch. Of course, if you wanted to use a more grunty piece of meat and go hard on the lentils, you could easily turn this into a main. Otherwise, like, share and subscribe after you've finished watching this video, and thank you so much for watching.